Johnson? I called for a Moorish court on brother Toronto Johnson and anybody who's riding with him with this scandal with these videos of me and my wife frauding the people. I never saw my brothers and sisters serving these packages when I was with Daweed Ali and them and Taj and them used to come to Chicago.
I laid them old boys to rest. They was dead sleep anyway. Sleepwalking, they keep talking. I probably catch a charge and I don't care what any say. Yeah, I'm the people's grand sheik and the people's grand sheik. Ain't seen a man I can't beat. Only the gods is my equal. You mortals, you just my sequel. What the 85ers? Dip divers? Trying to symbolize us? You already dead. Who done got up in your head? Rent free. You wanna know who sent me? Who sent you? Leg, head. I tried to pull you out the bed, but you got up all groggy. Started talking real crazy, eyes foggy. Couldn't see through the fog. Then I had to bring the dogs, barking all up in your ear, acting like you don't care. Oh, you don't care? Like you don't preserve life. Oh yeah, you ready? And you really don't care, right? Oh, you don't care, right? Well, we gon' really check that, bet that, respect that. Since you said you ain't scared to die, I laid them young boys to rest. They was dead sleep anyway. I laid them old boys to rest. They was sleepwalking anyway. I'm the people's grand sheik. I ain't seen a man I can't beat. I laid them young boys to rest. They was sleepwalking anyway. I would take you on any day. Michigan, New York, Cali, where you at? What you thought? From Naptown to Baltimore, everybody on the road is all raw. They ready, choppers. I don't really think he want the problem. Hold up, wake the thought up. Back to a law, head. I try to get him out the bed, sleepwalking anyway. Sleepwalking anyway. Wake up, keep talking. Sleepwalking anyway. Wake up, I don't care what any say. Nobody. I'm the people's grand sheik and the people's grand sheik. I ain't seen a man I can't beat. Never. You mortals, you just my sequel. You mortals, you just my sequel. Only equals is the gods. You mortals, that's my sequel. I see dead people. Hey. I see dead people. I lay them old boys to rest. They was dead sleep anyway.
I never saw my brothers and sisters serving these packages when I was with Daweed.
I lay them young boys to rest. They was dead sleep anyway. Hey, people screaming. I ain't never met a man that I can't beat. No. The gods is my only equal. That's it. You mortals, you just my sequel. That's it.
I called for a Moorish court on brother Toronto Johnson and anybody who's riding with him with this scandal or with these videos of me and my wife frauding the people.
I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember, that's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. If you a friend of the Moors, then you's a friend of mine. I was told to watch my enemies, now hold my line. Those that speak against
against the prophet, they speak against me. And I'm speaking about the prophet over Drew Ali, who was the first to remind you and bind you back to Morocco, the mountains, Mississippi, and Quebec. Told you you wasn't black, proved it with straight facts. You tripping off Trump, you need to be tripping off that. Now here we go again, acting like you a slave. The same people talk European how to bathe, and looking at women buying European hair. No love for self, but do the men really care? Hell no, cause they got a love for Europe. Whole generation chasing pills, weed and syrup. Yeah, they love Lil Yachty, Tucci, Gucci, Kodak, Amigos, Ross, Lucid. But when the love for the woman look like your mother, I guess they say it's all black when it's under the cover. Now cypher, I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember, that's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember, that's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. All you super scholars holler, this era for the workers. You ain't building on the ground, then you worse than a twerker. You look and sound good, but that's only on the surface. Probably working for them people. Now tell me what's your purpose. Ain't worried about your homie, but know that I know every mo that rock a fast. He ain't my bro. Yeah, you know I ain't slow. I seen it all before. How they try to kill the prophet, it was all for dough. And some got it right now. Don't say that I'm not down. I'm coming for my vast estate. I want my town, my sheriff, my stores, my school, my nation. Sick and tired of the procrastination and debate. Y'all keep hating when love is the savior. You don't love yourself, so you can't love your neighbor. That's why you killing, fighting, marry out of your race. If you ain't for Moorish world, then get out of my face. Cause Chinese love China, Italians love Italy. If you used to love the Moorish world, come on and build it with me, let's go. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember, that's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember, oh yeah. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. Be more. I be that more you gon' remember. That town. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. LA. I be that more you gon' remember. New York. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number.
Love family, can y'all hear me? Press one if you can hear me. Press one if you can hear me. I'm in the mood, man, for press one if you can hear me. Let me see something. How is everybody doing tonight? I'm in the mood for one more. I think I'm in the mood for one more. Let me see. I think I might be in the mood for one more. Let me see. The file too big. I was about to give it to you too. Oh man. Don't worry about it. Check 1 2 family. Check 1 2. It's an echo. All right. Got you. Is the echo still there? Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Family, I need y'all to share this because this is truly going to be an education class. And you know, I know when people see Malik in the title, they probably say, man, why do you keep going on about Malik? Why going on about Malik? Because this is something that need to be told over and over again. And so some of it is going to be I'm gonna do a overlap of what I've said before, but I'm also going to give you some new stuff. This is going to be a learning class, family. Listen, I really want y'all to share this twice. You know what I'm saying? I really want y'all to share this twice, family, because this is serious business. We are being set up. What's up, homie that shot Ricky? We are being set up daily, family, and we need to stop this. And not until the social media, this medium called YouTube, are we able to interface and connect with people all around the country and around the world for that matter. And if they would tune in, they will begin to question those around them and their illegitimate ways about them. You follow what I'm saying? And so this is the first time in history. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali makes a statement, right? Like many of y'all may not be familiar with Prophet Noble Drew Ali, or maybe heard some propaganda about Prophet Noble Drew Ali, or just a Google search of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. But let me tell you something. I embody the teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali to the best of my ability. And there's a saying that Prophet Noble Drew Ali said. He said, in reference to teaching of the Moorish Science Temple of America and the teachings, he said, so the world can know the truth. He said something like he has chartered to issue to every state throughout the United States, so the world may know the truth. You know what I'm saying? That among the descendants of Africa, that there's much wisdom to be learned. So when I break that down, right, I'm saying Prophet Noble Drew Ali saying this in 1927, 28. That the world may know the truth. And I ask myself, you know what I mean? How in the world would the world know the truth without someone traveling around the world and spitting this truth and this wisdom? Well, we caught up to Prophet Noble Drew Ali's prophecy that the world is now knowing the truth, because now this information and this wisdom can go around the planet in a blink of an eye. You understand what I'm saying? So the Prophet Noble Drew Ali in the 1920s saying that this wisdom needs to be known, that among the inhabitants of Africa, that there's much wisdom to be known, you know? And he said that he has the ability, by the way of the charter, to issue these charters, that the world may know the truth, you know, that among the descendants of Africa, that's us, among the descendants of Africa, there's much wisdom to be learned. But the caveat is that the world may know the truth, and not until this internet thing are we able to tap into truth, spread truth, lies too now, but we're talking about truth, spread truth at the click of a mouse. So I ask you to help me spread this truth. Real talk. Real talk. Never in history that we know about that this information can spread this fast, that the world may know. See, at one time, they could infiltrate in communities, and they could infiltrate in Baltimore, a part of the movement, but another part of the movement in DC would not be aware of that type of infiltration in Baltimore the moment that it happened, because it'll take a little time for it to travel. And if it's all the way over on the West Coast in California or in the Midwest, then it takes a little bit more time. But today, at the blink of an eye, at the snap of a finger, the truth can go out. You feel what I'm saying? The truth can go out. And so this is some truth here. I put a lot of effort in it. I put a lot of research in it. I take my time with it. And this is why I always say, anybody that wish to challenge me, I accept these challenges. I'm not caring about too much rhetoric. You know what I'm saying? I accept the challenges. Let me share this for those who appreciate. And thanks everybody. Sometimes people after the show send me a Cash App, and I want to thank y'all for that. You know what I'm saying? And all of y'all that hit that $ thing, I want to thank y'all. But I'm telling you, family, one of the most beautiful things that you can do is actually share this information, because in sharing this information, I'm telling you, it gets to people so fast. You know what I'm saying? Give me 1 second. I want to share this Cash App real quick for anybody. And all of y'all that 1 second. Because this is amazing, right? The way this information comes together. Tonight, I want to do this in honor of Steve Coakley. All right. In honor of Steve Coakley. All right. So, family, I want you to understand, family, if you ever get a chance, please research, if you're able to, YouTube videos of Steve Coakley. Please research and watch some Steve Coakley videos. If you're concerned about us being infiltrated, if you're concerned about those that look like us playing us, please research Steve Coakley. And this is how we're going to start this off today. All right. We're going to start this off just like this today. When I named this presentation today the Boule, that Malik is basically working for selling us out to the Boule. Thank you, Yasmin. GS to talk of YouTube, the only more you need to remember. Thank you, Yasmin. Yeah, they gotta talk about me because they gotta try to silence me. They gotta try to silence me, Yasmin. They gotta do their best to try to dirty my name, dirty my reputation, but I don't care. Listen, I'm from the mud. Ain't nothing you can do to me. This ain't nothing but mud. I'm from the mud. What you gonna do? Put mud on mud? I'm from the mud. I'm from the clay. I don't care about that. You gonna get this work. See, the difference between me, I learned from our people that was attacked by outsiders and insiders, and they lost their courage, they lost their pride, they lost their gumption. But me, I don't lose nothing. I could care less. I'm from the mud. You know what I mean? I'm clay. I'm all clay. Clash is clay. Cash is clay. I'm ready to rumble. You understand what I'm talking about? But with that being said, family, seriously, everybody need to share this. In any of the videos that you watch that I put out, I do put in a lot of work. I just don't. I know some people, what's up, Javon Muhammad? I know some people probably think like I just turn on my camera like other people, but I really don't just turn on my camera. When you look at some people, like you look at like, and I'm not taking a shot at anybody, but let's just talk about it. When you look at a person like Sinetta, and people try to compare me to Sinetta, right? Let's think about that for a moment. Sinetta turns on his camera, and I don't got no beef with Sinetta at this time, but Sinetta turns on his camera and he brings somebody on, and then they go back and forth, and then the show's over. You look at somebody like Michi X. Michi X, she turns on her camera, she rant and rave for about an hour, 45 minutes, and then it's over. The difference is very rarely do I just rant and rave without receipts. So what I do is I do what they would call my intro. Some people will call it a monologue. I talk in the beginning, and then I get right to the receipts. But then you have the times that we have an interview, like last night, and we get straight to the interview. So when people compare me with these little talking heads, you know what I mean? When people compare me with these little talking heads, I be like, man, how can you compare me with that? You know what I mean? And so I put in a lot of I put in a lot of work and putting this stuff together. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to Miss Betty Teaches in honor of Steve Coakley. Thank you, Miss Betty Teaches. Let me show you something. We're going to get started in honor of Miss Betty Teaches for brother Steve Coakley. Now watch this, family. Let's just get busy. Let's just get it started. All right. First of all, if you're not familiar with the Boule, all right, if you're not familiar with the Boule, you need to get familiar with the Boule. And the reason why you got to get familiar with the Boule is because just like yesterday, they are here today. And what the Boule mission is, and I want you to hear me good. Please hear me good. The mission of the Boule is to look at the educated elite as the guiders and the leaders, the movers and shakers and the molders of our people. They are the movers and shakers in regard and in their mind that they will gain access to this European or this oppressor, and they will move in the best interest of us. All right. But in reality, the Boule ultimately begins to work for the oppressive system. And sometimes they believe, at some point in time, they believe that they are doing what's right. And some of them snap out of it. They're trained to believe that they're doing what's right by furthering the oppression. They think like, okay, if when you look at eugenics or something, right? or let me put it like this. If you look at poverty in the projects, poverty, I mean, way bottom of the barrel poverty in the hood, where you got drug addicts, you got a young mother with four babies on welfare, the clothes are tattered, the house is battered. The Boule believe that it's okay for that person to die because that person is using up the resources for the more intelligent person. And so the Boule don't mind when they put these hand-me-down, wrinkled up, beat up grocery stores that sell nothing but GMO foods that kill you slow. You see what I'm saying? So the Boule would actually put the grocery store there and actually will order their food from distributors that use only GMO foods. See, the Boule would do this. The Boule look at the undereducated and the underprivileged in their mind, and they will get food from the state. You understand what I'm saying? They will get food from the federal government. This food is made in labs. This food is GMO foods. This food is tainted, beyond belief. And the Boule, many of them are in the Christian church too. The Boule, they will sit on side of the road and pass out these boxes and say, free food, free food, free food, free food. You would ride by and say, oh man, Great Bethel Church is giving away free food. Man, that's a beautiful thing. You will ride around and say, oh, the fraternity is giving away free food. Oh, that's a good thing. Well, in fact, this food is manufactured in labs, and this food is nothing but animal products and vegetables. You see what I'm saying? And so the Boule, you see what I'm saying? I'm gonna lay out the Boule on another show, but I want to talk about something else tonight. So the Boule are the gatekeepers. You understand what I'm saying? Now, the whole trick about how the Boule work is you're not supposed to detect that they are against you. And like I say, oftentimes, they believe that they're working in your best interest. No matter how foul they might be, no matter how many schemes they might work, no matter how low down dirty that they move, in their mind, many of them believe that they're working in the best interest of the whole. You see what I'm saying? So we got to pay close attention. So if someone's screaming black power, that doesn't mean nothing. Let me give you some wisdom. Prophet Noble Drew Ali says that men and women are known by their words, actions, and deeds. They go hand in hand. So if your words is at variance with your actions, and that is at variance with your deeds, you're not fit to lead, you're not fit to teach, and you might be an infiltrator. If your words do not coincide with your actions, and those do not coincide with your deeds, you might be an infiltrator. You have to understand this. So whenever you examine somebody to try to rock with somebody, the first thing you want to examine, do their words and their actions match? Do their actions and their deeds match? For example, a person can give away food all day, right? To the homeless people, right? They can give away food all day to the homeless people and act as if that they're doing a good deed. But then they turn around, go home, and put a bunch of poison in their body, drinking till they fall out, using drugs till they stammer. You understand what I'm saying? They doing all of these things that looks like a good deed over here, but then they got some actions and some deeds over here that don't match. That's a problem. That's a problem. And what we're up against, we got to pay attention to everything. That's all I'm saying. We have to pay attention to everything. And I want to show you something. I want to show you something. I am totally convinced that Mr. Malik Zulu Shabazz, I believe as my brother Cryptonomics put there, I believe he's an advisor to the king. I believe he's an advisor to the king. What that means is he is the one that take the temperature of the community that is on edge, that is about to flex, and they formulate an action plan around it. I truly believe that. I truly believe that the gatekeeper in this time has been Malik Zulu Shabazz. And when I say the gatekeeper, there's many gatekeepers. There's many gatekeepers. Understand what I'm saying? There's many gatekeepers. You got gatekeepers in the music business. You got gatekeepers in Hollywood. You got gatekeepers in corporate America. And you got gatekeepers in movements that you will call the revolutionary movement or the social construct movements, whether that be church, whether that be mosque, whether that be religion of any kind. We have many gatekeepers in religion too. Some of your greatest Muslims are gatekeepers. Some of the most eloquent speakers are nothing more than gatekeepers. Some of the greatest pastors are nothing but gatekeepers. And these gatekeepers, all they do is direct the people towards nothingness. They know that we're oppressed. They have been oppressed. They only been able to see the light of day because the oppressor gave them a piece of bread. The oppressor gave them a piece of bread to be the gatekeeper. Some of the greatest orators, some of the greatest people that you look out to, you be surprised. As Dr. Khaled was talking about pulling up that skirt, you will be surprised. So what I'm trying to tell you now, if we just pay attention, all we have to do is look at patterns. So all we have to do is look at patterns. Because these gatekeepers, these infiltrators, they're moving on a script. And the script rarely changes. The script rarely changes. You understand what I'm saying? It only adjusts just a little bit, just slightly. It rarely changes. So, I know I talk a lot, but now let me get into it. So when we're looking at the gatekeepers, and I'm gonna get into this because I'm gonna really breeze through this. Let me cut this off real quick, so I don't get no lag. When we really get into this, right? And I'm definitely talking about Malik Zulu Shabazz to begin with. But when we really get into this, we got to really pay attention, family. And I'm gonna break down what my brother say. Let me get this right real quick. Let me chop that down just a little bit. All right, we're gonna roll. If anybody if you don't like to learn, then this ain't for you. If you don't like to be informed, then again, this is not for you. But if you interested in being informed of how this thing works, so you know what to look for, then this is your show. This is it right here. Okay, here we go. Now here we go. This is not your typical live stream. I'm telling you now. I may get jumpy and bouncing and getting busy, but this is not your typical live stream. This is a learning live stream. So our brother, unfortunately, met his untimely death at the height of him exposing the Boule. Now, Steve Coakley, when I get into the Boule, how Steve Coakley break it down, I will also show how he determined that Malik Zulu Shabazz was an agent. Way before Tahaka Bey said it, Coakley said that Malik Zulu Shabazz was an agent long before I even thought about a Malik Zulu Shabazz. So this is not the first time for you to hear this in public. So Steve Coakley, he has a book out, also has a video out. It's called America's Black Secret Society. And it goes into the visual examination of its symbols and meanings, called by some observers a super fraternity, because its membership includes members of all major black fraternities, quote unquote. Sigma Pi Phi, unlike other fraternities that do not have college chapters and only accept members with a college degree and a record of demonstrated excellence in a chosen field. So Steve Coakley, he laid it out that this is an elitist type people of African descent that think that they have the answer for you. They move behind the scenes, in the shadows, and they work with the people that oppress us to benefit them, faking like it's going to benefit us all. It's a serious demonstration going on when we're talking about the Boule. So I don't want to stay stuck there because I'm gonna do a whole show on that soon. So the Boule was founded by these 6 brothers here. Now, off the top of my head, I'm thinking it was founded in 1904. Yep, there it is. The Black Boule is a fraternity group aimed at bringing together high-achieving, quote-unquote, black people, and is not secretive organization to control black people. Now, I copied and pasted that straight off the fraternity website because it's amazing that they would just put it out there. It's not to control people. It says a fraternity group named Sigma Pi Phi was founded in 1904 by Dr. Henry Milton of Philadelphia, United States, along with a few friends and colleagues at his home in Philadelphia. Dr. Milton decided to start a fraternity group exclusively meant for quote-unquote black people with achievements. Fraternity groups are social and cultural bonding groups usually found in the U.S. and Canada. Boule is an acronym of Sigma Pi Phi, which became the first African-American fraternity group. This group grew, and in 1908, Boules were created in Chicago and, of all places, Baltimore. And we wonder why Baltimore is in distress. Yeah, we got to get on top of that here. The centenary celebrations of the founding of the frat group, the 2004, okay, whatever. Now, this is what we're up against, all right? These people here, and this is in a 1935 maybe photo, 45 photo. This is what you're looking at. You're looking at people who believe that they are better than those who have what they consider less education, less money, and less access. Going in, this is what you're looking at. You follow what I'm saying? This is what you're looking at. Sweet D say they look white. Well, many of them are bright, almost European when they look light. You know what I'm saying? Many of them. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, let's keep it moving. This is one of the ones that set Garvey up. Anybody know who that is? Anybody know who this is? Huh? He was mad at Garvey because he wanted to work with Europeans. And Garvey didn't want to unless he had no choice to. Garvey concept wasn't not to work with Europeans. Garvey concept was, if we don't have to, why should we? You follow me? Because of course, to buy steamships and to make all the progress, we didn't have much. But this guy is one of the main ones that came for blood for Garvey. And everybody's on it, W.E.B. Du Bois. He came for blood for Garvey. And the only thing Garvey wanted to do was to do for us with us. You feel me? Do for us with us. That's all Garvey wanted to do. And if we had to interact outside of us, it had to be for the benefit of us. But the boy, like, no, this is a melting pot. You know what I'm saying? This is a melting pot. We all in this together. Garvey like, nah. So this started the rift between Garvey and the boy. You feel what I'm saying? This started the rift. Now, 1918, the early stages of the Boule, Garvey's Back to Africa, quote unquote, movement through his newspaper, The Negro World, was reaching over 1 million diasporic Africans, largely in North America without TV or radio. Y'all aware of that? He was reaching 1 million. You know how people go platinum? I went platinum. 1 million. They seen that as a threat. Distributing 1 million newspapers. You understand what I'm saying? Distributing 1 million newspaper that is infused with pride, Pan-Africanism, political power, economic power. He became a threat. He became a threat. And when he became a threat, he became a target. And the main target was the Boule. The main ones that targeted him was the Boule, because the Boule was jealous of the success. And the only one that can be used against us is people that look like us. And so the CIA, they could only infiltrate by someone that looked like us. Say it with me. They could only infiltrate by someone that looked like us. And they use the Boule. So when we see people screaming black power, when we see people screaming, we need education, we need food, clothes, and shelter, we need all of these things, that don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. All we got to do is look at Garvey. And this is why Garvey is not taught in schools. This is why today, when people fly a red, black, and green flag, they don't know nothing about Garvey. They don't know nothing about Garvey. Garvey was about African excellence. Garvey wasn't about cussing people out. Garvey wasn't about talking crazy. He was about African diaspora excellence. You hear what I say? So when you see people flying and desecrating that red, black, and green flag, talking about that they for black power, and they don't have no class, they are not upright, they don't have no type of moral standard about them, they're desecrating that flag. They're desecrating that flag because that was not Garvey. Garvey was an upright man. Garvey was a man full of class. So whenever we see that flag, smoking blunts, smoking cigarettes, getting high, getting drunk, cussing people out. No. Garvey was very articulate. Garvey could express himself without a doo-doo mouth. So when we talk about Garvey, we're talking about John the Baptist. He called himself John the Baptist. And just like John the Baptist was cut off from the people at that time, they actually sent Garvey away while the people watched. You understand what I'm saying? While the people watched. So what I'm telling you, just because, you know what I'm saying? Just because. I said, Crip, Garvey didn't have a problem working with the Europeans. But Garvey said, you got to hear what I said, Crip. Garvey said, Africa for Africans. We didn't have nothing. I already said that Garvey didn't mind working with Europeans, but if he didn't have to, it was unnecessary to. You have to understand that. It's just like us today. What do we have that we can say we can survive without Europeans unless we go off the grid? Nothing. Nothing. Look, somebody hating on Garvey again. Here go the Boule. No, Garvey worked with them and approved their works. I just said again, Garvey philosophy is if we have no choice, then we have to. You have to understand what I'm saying. I didn't say Garvey did not work with Europeans. I said Garvey philosophy is Africans for Africans. And when we have no choice, we got to work with who we ever got to work with. We got to use what we got on hand. And so the point that I'm making, and I'm not going to belabor that point. You know what I mean? I'm not going to belabor that point. The point that I'm making is that the Boule. Look, Mo, you should look again. You want to debate that, brother? Brother, how can you look? Mo, you should look at that again. We got a comprehension problem. This is a problem. We have a comprehension problem. We have a serious comprehension problem. If I say that Garvey intentions was to work with us, Africans for Africans, and he would work with Europeans and whoever he had to get the job done, what do I have to look at again? We have a real comprehension problem. And this is why this European dominate us. I did not say Garvey don't work with Europeans. I say where he felt where there was no choice, that's when he did it. We have a real comprehension problem here. We have a real comprehension problem. And this is why this European runs circles around us. We have a real comprehension problem. See, this European, I'm belaboring this point. I'm belaboring this point because one, don't understand. I'm belaboring this point because one, don't understand that I'm not saying what you think I just said. This is bad, man. This is really, really bad. This is really, really bad that our people always want to debate something that's not debatable. I didn't say Garvey don't work with Europeans, but I'm not going to belabor that, man. Man, our people sick, man. We some sick people, man. We sick. We sick, Yasmin. Crosby, we sick. We truly sick. We truly sick. We sick for real, man. Anyway, let me go in. Thank you, my brother. Well, all right. So the boys intended to stop this. Having been one of Garvey's strongest opponents, advocated for nationalism. Garvey advocated for nationalism in Jamaica and particularly in the United States. He and the boys had pushed for the advancements of civil rights, but they would have differences, which is what I'm just explaining. Garvey, this is my guy. Now, you ain't gonna take this. Garvey Garvey, who grew up impoverished, you feel me? Garvey, who grew up impoverished in an impoverished Jamaican community, believed that Europeans would never come to accept Africans. And thus he proposed Africans in America return to Africa, where they will live as a part of a majority of the population and perhaps have a real political power. Now, that's just part of it. Because Garvey said that Negroes in America is no good. They be the same Negroes that's no good in Africa. So again, that's not the end all be all, because Garvey was not pushing 100% of Africans in America going to Africa. Yet that was one of the ideals. Let's pay attention and comprehend. I'm going to get to my point in a minute about this Boule, because you got to understand it's the same thing. Listen, if you got opinions about Garvey, that's fine. But I want you to get my point. I want you to get my point. My point is the same thing that's happening yesterday is the same thing that's happening today, and I'm using this comparison. All right? So any of the swell, if you're watching it, let me tell you what I'm doing. Let me tell you what I'm doing. I'm looking at yesterday and comparing it to today. Because if you don't know your history, then you sure don't know what's going on now. And so we can look at the similarities. Is it going to be right and exact, letter for letter, word for word? No. We're only examining the similarities. All right? That's it. And if we don't teach our children to look back further than the slave trade, we're going to have a problem. If we don't look at circumstantial history, which means circumstances like this in history, we're going to have a problem. We can't look at history with a wide brush. We got to look at particular situations in history. You feel what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? We got to look at particular situations in history. Now, with that being said, I'm not going to respond to any trolls anymore. I'm going to keep it moving. Now, the boys who was from a more privileged background work on improving the conditions of Africans of America, but he wanted to do this working with liberal Europeans through his organization, the NAACP, which was founded some 4 years after the Boule. Now, we know that the NAACP was founded by Europeans, European Jews to be exact. We already know that. You feel me? We already know that. So again, swell, I want you to pay attention and I want you to look at the comparison. Now, you all right, Crip. You all right, Crip. You my guy. You supposed to start it. I want to look at the comparison. Right? Because that's my main point. When you look at these brothers that's running around right now, acting as if that they chasing this lady, it's funny to me that people don't even pay attention that this guy, John Barnett, who posted this on the 24th and talks about Emmett's birthday on the 25th, and then a movie drops about Emmett Till on the 25th. I want you to pay close attention to this. These people are, they making moves just like the Boule. First of all, because they are the Boule. If you want to know, I'm going to get back to that. What number is that up there? Because I got to get back up here in a minute. That is number 11. Let me just drop down here real quick. Let's start with Malik Shabazz. Here is the educational part. If you want to know if you're being infiltrated, you have to ask yourself very basic questions. And I said I would do a show about the Boule. This ain't that show. If you want to know if you're being infiltrated, you have to ask yourself very basic questions. So if you comb through the internet from Malik's writings and writings about Malik, Zulu Shabazz, who is the gatekeeper for the Boule, we know this, and this is all we know. Shabazz was born in 1966 as Paris Lewis and raised in Los Angeles. All right? Now, I want to explain something to you. I was born in 1973 in Annapolis, Maryland, the capital of Maryland. You hear what I say? My name is Toronto Johnson. Birthed Toronto Johnson. I went to elementary school at Edgewater Elementary in Edgewater, Maryland. I went to Parole Elementary School. I went to Central Middle School. I went to South River High School. I have friends that grew up with me that was there when I was there. I went to the goofy college because I was a goofy fool at a young age. I have people that was there when I was there still around. I joined the Moorish science. See how I can run that down to you? You see how I can run that down to you? I can run that right down to you. But when you look at one that's an infiltrator, their whole history, you know what I'm saying, is done. After this show, he might show some fugazi pictures because I've noticed that after I do a show, they always come out with some fugazi things like now they're showing that the movie is going to be out. After I said that they promoting a movie, they begin to post a movie on their page. A day after the show. What a coinky dink. You know what I mean? So Shabazz was born in 1966 as Paris Lewis, and raised in Los Angeles. The question that I ask you and anybody that been around for the last 20 or 30 years, where in Los Angeles? Where? Anybody know? Somebody tell me. See, it's easy to tell a fool that years ago, but today we're no fools. I asked you, where in LA? Where? Pick one. Where? Where? Malik been around. Malik been around for over 30 years and nobody know where in LA he's from. When he do a gang summit, he'll show up in New York and the only gangs there is the ones that's in New York. Yasmin said Compton. So again, y'all understand? 30 years. This is 30 years. He wrote a book. I think the book have over 400 pages about him, Dr. Khaled, and not one page of the book says where he's from outside of LA. You hear what I say? He wrote a whole book. I don't see it now. What I'm telling you is that this is suspect. After 30 years, nothing? Help me out. I don't see nobody typing nothing. Why wouldn't you think that this is suspect? For this is not suspect for an everyday person just chilling, but this is suspect for one who claims to be a leader in the community, who claims to be fighting for freedom, who claim to be cussing out Europeans, who claim to be on that tip when it comes to dealing with oppression. Now, we need to know who you are. Now, Shabazz says that his father was a Muslim who was killed when Shabazz was a child. Do you see how convenient these stories are? These stories about who people are, it's very convenient. Why is this so ambiguous? Killed how? Killed where? What mosque? What? Because now the burden is higher than a regular person. The burden of who you are is higher than a person like Angela Mitchell. Like Angela Mitchell, she's in YouTube, Moorish World TV Citizens doing the show. You know what I mean? Like she don't have to tell who she was, where she grew up. But when you say you representing the people and oppressed people, easily misled and easily misguided people, then you must show and prove who you are. So this is ambiguous at best. After 30 years, this is all we got. But he got a 400-page book about Dr. Khalid Muhammad. But this is all we got. You hear what I say? This is all we got. Shabazz says his father, James Lewis, was a Muslim. Now, one thing that we know, one thing's for sure, two things for certain. If his father was a bona fide Muslim, I don't think he would go by the name James Lewis. If his father was a bona fide Muslim, back in those days, maybe Jamil, but not James Lewis. Maybe Jamil, but not James Lewis. Because back in those days, brothers who converted to Islam, they went straight and adjusted their names. You know and I know. But look how vague this is. And this is your leader? This is your leader? If you're watching this and this is your leader, you are out your mind. You are really out your mind. And I want to get you back into your right mind. You understand what I'm saying? I want to get you back into your right mind. Now, Shabazz also says that he was raised by his mother, who he describes as a successful businesswoman. There we go again. There we go again. Do y'all see how ambiguous this is? Now, this guy claimed to be leading people towards liberation. This guy claimed to be an attorney. He claims to be fighting for you. You hear me? There is not one successful case. In fact, the only time that he got locked up, the Obama administration dropped the charges. While Samir went to jail. The only time he got locked up, the Justice Department dropped the charges. You hear me? Current essay, his father's first name and his ex. If he didn't provide that, then he's a fraud. Well, current S, he provided his name is Mr. Lewis. That's what he said. That's what he said. But now, what is my mother is a successful businesswoman? Now, I don't want to know anybody, all your business and all that, but for you to put that out there speaks volumes. You put that out there. You put that out there. And because you put that out there, I think we have the right to critique it because you claim to be a leader in our community. And you have claimed to be a leader in our community for over 30 years with no results. So we got the right to critique what you have said. We got the right to critique that. Because right now we are being targeted. Right now we are being put under the microscope, and at any given moment it could go down. And for all the names that Grandmaster Jay have turned in, for all the names over the years that I'm sure that you turned in, it don't look good. It don't look good. So we need to know what's going on. So let's talk about this. When you want to look at the infiltrator, I want you to pay attention. The individual quickly rises to leadership position. She or he eagerly takes credit for actions in the media and begins to promote him or herself. This is how to identify an infiltrator. The individual quickly rises to leadership position. He or she eagerly takes credit for actions in the media and begins to promote him or herself. So he works to become one of the faces of the organization and clearly wants to be a poster child for the group, attempting to brand their identity with the group's name, imagery, and identity. He or she likes getting photographed, even engaged in illegal activity. You hear what I said? If you want to look for an infiltrator, these are some of the signs. Now, I want to ask you a question. When Dr. Khalid Muhammad passed form, I don't know. I'm really asking this. I mean, I don't know. I'm just really asking this. Was there some type of vote for Malik Zulu Shabazz? How did that work? I'm hoping it was a vote. But nevertheless, on the strength that he was on the side of Dr. Khalid for so many years, it was only right that they would probably push him in that position anyway. You feel what I'm saying? But now, when we look at how to look at an agent, this brother fits the bill. Quickly rising to leadership. Soon as Dr. Khalid transitioned, he jumps into leadership. He's in front of the camera everywhere. And he becomes the poster child of the new Black Panther Party. This in the words of Dr. Marshall Long, and this is a fact. And this is a fact. Dr. Marshall Long, and this is a fact. And you can Google this. This is a fact. And this is a fact. Understand what I'm saying? And this is a fact. So he fits the description of exactly what an infiltrator looked like. Now, we do know that after Hashim passed, let me stop for a minute. He steps down, right? He steps down, which the word is he stepped down because they threatened to take his law license for all of the rhetoric. And some kind of way he got that straight. But Hashim was in a leadership position. Hashim transitions. And once again, right back into the leadership position. With no particular vote, no due process, know nothing. And then again becomes the poster child. One thing I can say about Hashim, people have called Hashim questionable. But one thing I can say about Hashim did things different. Even if he was questionable, he wasn't as bizarre as Malik. Malik has been doing this so long that he takes unbelievable risk. You feel what I'm saying? He takes unbelievable risk, and that's another sign of an infiltrator. He photographed actions, meetings, and people that should not be photographed. Let me ask you a question real quick, family. Do y'all remember? I was trying to find it. Do y'all remember? I thought Malik left because he had other obligations. It was then that Hashim took over. Malik even stated being in the word was cryptonomics, is that in Washington, D.C., they had threatened to take his, I can find the case too. They had threatened to take his law license for all of his rhetoric. And I showed the case, but I didn't talk about it. But I showed that case. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't go in depth with it. Yeah, but we'll get into that more. But yeah, I got the case. I actually have the case where they pulled them to the board. I actually have the case. Now, that may be, it became a burden. Of course, and the new Black Panther became a burden because he was spewing all that rhetoric. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, it says he photographs actions, meetings, and people who should not be photographed. Do y'all remember when they were in Mississippi signing that document? He's telling everybody to pull your cameras out. Remember the Unity document where Desert Eagle was there and they were signing the document? Anybody see that in Mississippi? Like, why would you be live streaming, signing a document that's supposed to solidify an armed group that stand for liberation and self-defense? Why would that be so public? Why? Why would that be so public? These are the signs of an infiltrator. They want to document everything. I told you Grandmaster Jay did the same thing. He documented everything. He told everybody in the chat one time, make sure that you put your the NFAC logo on your name. And if you don't, you ain't a part of NFAC no more. That all goes into a database. I'm gonna show you something. Now remember that it says they put it all on Facebook. They put it everywhere. They put everything there because it's a form of documentation. Now, we already know, again, this is a recap, that the guy that he has hands on, communicate with the feds. And I'm gonna run through this quick. Communicate with the feds quite a few times. We already know that. That is no question, no doubt whatsoever. He faked pictures with Dr. Khalid Muhammad. That is no fake, no nothing whatsoever. The guy right here that he's with right here, nobody know where he's come from. Akbar, Imam Akbar. No one knows where he come from. No one know who he truly is. He's another one with a dark, shadowy background that no one knows anything about. You know what I mean? Nobody knows. They don't know his name. They don't know where he grew up. They don't know nothing about him. But he's been around for years. He's been around for years. Everybody goes to jail in the car with a weapon in the car, except for him after he talked to the police. For years, nobody knows much about him. Malik is the connection. Everybody, I'm going to show you Malik is the connection. And I'm reviewing this for those who think that it's a game. That's 2 people. Let me go with 3. Who is AJ? Who is AJ? Who is Adam? I put the question out there. I said, where did Adam grow up? Now, I don't know. Did he grow up in Atlanta? Did he grow up in California? Only thing we know is that he brags about his military record. Where did he come from? Who is he? And I'm saying it again. I don't know. But we know that he connected through Hashim, ultimately Crystal Muhammad, and then back to Malik, and then to Pansai. Where did he come from? Where? Only thing he brags about is his military. And he was only in the military for maybe 18 months, 2 years maybe. And I could be off, give or take. So don't argue me that point. But he wasn't in the military long, so to say. So I'm asking you, where did he come from? Why is all of these people standing up fighting for our people got shadowy past, as it relates to we don't know who you are? But they want to talk about the OG Tahaka Bay, also known as Toronto Johnson. At least I got a pass. So I'm asking. Who is AJ? Do y'all see what's happening? Let me ask y'all a question. 7 in the. Do y'all see what happened? Do y'all understand that y'all been around these people? Many of y'all that's been in these little formations, you don't even know who these people are. Huh? Do anybody, are y'all aware of that? That y'all been around these people, they seem to be nice, they seem to be cool, they seem to be liberators, but you don't really know who they are. You don't really know who they are. You don't know nothing about them. They just appeared one day. And then they open the door to bring other people in that just appear. Say like Brother Charles. Brother Charles got the laughing emoji in here. Say like Brother Charles. They may talk about Brother Charles, say Brother Charles this, that, and the third. You can find out who Brother Charles is. Very easy. Very easy. No, AJ didn't come from Crystal Formation. AJ came through Hashim first. Then he went to Crystal. According to AJ. And maybe he messed that up, but it's recorded. According to AJ, it's recorded. He did an interview too before he flipped the script and went crazy, talking all nervous. That's right. Remember the movie when they marched in front of the police station? Absolutely. Absolutely. But what I'm saying to you, who are these people? That's claiming to be leading our people and fighting for liberation. Who are they? You don't know. How can you put your life on the line with people you don't even know? How? Demetrius said, Adam, Jamaica. I wouldn't be surprised. Nigeria. Unbelievable. Why don't they go into the West End? Why don't they go into the hood? I mean, they said, no, sir, AJ came from Crystal Organization. Well, that ain't what he said in the interview. He told me he started with Hashim. And then when they broke up, he went with Crystal. That's what he said. So it don't make no difference to me. I don't care. You know what I mean? But that's what he said. And I got the clip. He said when they split, he went with Crystal. Yep. Yeah. I got the goods. But anyway, that don't make no difference. But Dre Amir, if you know that, then tell me where he came from before Crystal. Can you tell me that, my big brother? You know you my bro. Tell me. Tell me. You follow me? I'm going to wait for that. So he also brought in Grandmaster Jay, which I uncovered the other day. This all Malik. This all Malik, the new Black Panther Party associations. Then he brought in the brother with the G on his jacket, Maurice, that's been hiding in the shadows, recently came out the shadows. Nobody know where he come from either, because he hooked that demonstration up. But we know that he right there with Malik. He right there with Malik. There you go. So the point that I'm making is this. Why is people still questioning the legitimacy of Malik when Malik is bringing in all the suspect people, validating all the suspect people, and he's suspect himself? Fam, this is a serious conversation. This is an educational, serious conversation. Why would anybody give Malik the benefit of the doubt after 20 or 30 years? Homie Shot Ricky, take the when you get a second after the show, ask me that in the comment section so I can remember. He asked me, what's the interview called? What's the AJ interview called? Brother, write it in the comment section so I can remember. And then what I'll do is I'll put the link in the comment section because I'll forget by the time I get back off the show. And I'll put it in there tomorrow. So make sure you write it in the comment section of the show. If you can remember. And I find it and throw the link up in there. Because he only been on over it twice. So it ain't hard to find. It's not hard to find. But my point is, why in the world do a Malik get the benefit of the doubt with no proven track record after 25 years? And all of these people that he's bringing in that we know are suspect. Why? It doesn't make sense to me. The next one that he's bringing in, who's been around on platforms somewhat, is this guy. And the other night, I was trying to give this guy the benefit of the doubt because I thought absolutely he endorsed Polite. Man, we can go on for days. He endorsed Polite. He lied with Polite. We can go on for days about the people that Malik endorsed, co-signed, and rubber stamped. But now here comes another one. Then at first I was skeptic about calling this brother out. I was truly skeptic about calling this brother out because I say, well, maybe he don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he don't know. So I kind of fell back for a second and examined whether did he know or didn't he know? Let me say this real quick. But are they brave to be out there? What is bravery when you're protected by the federal government? That is not bravery. When you're with the federal government, that's not bravery. But now here is the next endorsement and the next one that's walking through and meeting the audience of Malik Zulu Shabazz. Now remember, he's been pushing these people for the last 3 years, Grandmaster Jay was the face. We have other people that I'm not going to name that I think they're trying to make the face of the distraction. Malik is the groomer of these distractions. Many of them drop the ball while they're being groomed because they ain't used to all this attention. Case in point, Grandmaster Jay, they dropped the ball because they're not used to all this attention. But now look at this. It says the infiltrator, he advocates for high-risk illegal actions to people he should not trust while claiming to understand the importance of security culture. Family, who was there when they walked in that building? Pretty much trespassing. Somebody could have came out the door, started blasting, advocates high risk illegal action. It doesn't mean that the illegal action is that serious, but the risk factor is serious. This is how you can spot an infiltrator. So how are you supposed to know who's real? Just pay attention. I'm giving you the jewels right now. These are the things that they do. If someone asks you, come on, we're going to hunt down this 80-year-old lady that was complicit in killing Emmett Till, and you go without asking questions, that should be a problem. That should be a problem. And no, Yasmin, this guy's not higher up than Malik. Malik is the gatekeeper. You follow me? Malik reached out to him. He's the gatekeeper. This is the next rising star. You got to understand. Let me say this. In every period of this infiltration, there are rising stars. There's people that can move the people. There are people that can attract the people. There's people that can get people interest. They did it with Grandmaster Jay. They try to do it with Marshall Long. Now they're going to try to do it with John. What's the brother name? John Barnett. You see what I'm saying? They're trying to do it with John Barnett. They know, to my sister Yasmin, they know Malik is sloppy. Malik is trying to find his replacement. This is why all of a sudden you see, listen, let's just break it down. This is why all of a sudden you see a Grandmaster Jay, you see a Marshall Long talking about, talking like he's Malcolm. That was in 2012. This is why you see the brother say he from Chicagoland. You know what I'm saying? You see all of these people coming up because they're looking for replacements. I mean, they already know that Malik Zulu Shabazz has wore out his welcome. They need fresh meat. They need fresh people there. They need new people to misguide and misdirect. So you take a local boy from North Carolina and give him a national platform, no different than Tamika Mallory. You give them a national platform, and maybe the fire that they put under the local community can also spread nationally. You understand what I'm saying? That's just how this works. Then this is how we got to be up on game. I mean, we got to be up on game. Kernet said Malik thinks he's a prophet. He does not think he's a prophet. Malik is a paid agent. He knows exactly who he is. He knows exactly who it is. He may try to convince you that he got the confidence that he think he's a prophet, but he's supposed to move with confidence. When you are protected in the way that he's protected for over 20 years, it automatically gives you some form of confidence. So he say what he want to say, but I'm telling you what it is. So it say he advocates high risk illegal actions to people he or she should not trust while claiming to understand the importance of security culture. He or she goads others to violent actions. In other words, what that means, this person talks that crazy talk hoping that they're going to take a violent action. For example, by telling people they need to be warriors. Upon reflection, the illegal actions in question often have real purpose and will not advocate the goals of the group. You hear what that say? Chasing this lady does not advocate the goals of the new Black Panther Party. Remember, what is the new Black Panther Party and what was it founded for? Self-defense, right? Can y'all hear me? The new Black Panther Party and the Panthers was founded for self-defense. Are y'all with me? Y'all still there? Press 7 if y'all still with me. It says the infiltrator will advocate goals that has nothing to do with the real purpose. Has nothing to do with the real purpose. You understand what I'm saying? This is the sign of the infiltrator. They talk good, they sound good, they dress good, they looks good, but when you look at what this was set up for, they don't meet the standard. Remember I said earlier, words, actions. Remember I said words, actions, and deeds. It don't meet the standard. That's not what the Black Panther Party was. Not a vigilante group. They defended the community, and if it went down, then they will do what they got to do. You understand what I'm saying? The new Black Panther Party was not a vigilante group. That wasn't their forte. Whether it was infiltrated from day one, it doesn't matter. It was not a group that goes after hunting down people. You understand what I'm saying? This is how you can see, family. Children need to learn this in school. I need to give a curriculum in our community on how to look for the infiltrator, because the signs are clear. And the thing is that I'm not saying anything that you're not familiar with. You feel what I'm saying? And then it says the person generally has a very twisted perception of what it means to be a warrior. You hear what I said? He or she seeks internal rifts in the community and exploits them. Listen, family, listen close to this. He or she seeks eternal rifts in the community and exploits them. This is how you get the new Black Panther Party, Crystal. This is how you get the new Black Panther Party, Anubis. The new Black Panther Party, Freedom Fighters. The new Black Panther Parties, Pansai. The new Black Panther Party, shall I go on? The real Black Panthers, the original Black Panthers, the orange Black Panthers, the white Black Panthers, the mighty Black Panthers. But listen to what it says now. He or she seeks internal rifts in the community and exploits them. He or she has a cycle of abuse with groups and individuals, a honeymoon period followed by manipulation, abusive behavior, followed by apologies and promises to do better. Then the cycle repeats. If you have been in these groups, you would know. I'm not saying Anubis is NBP. Anubis is not New Black Panther Party. Anubis was born out of New Black Panther Party, from my understanding. A member left the New Black Panther Party and created Anubis. That's what I'm saying. But listen to it. Listen to it. This presentation is no disrespect to any of the groups, because some of the groups I name are bona fide stand-up freedom fighters. You feel what I'm saying? A honeymoon period followed by manipulative, abusive behavior, followed by apologies. Saladin Muhammad, what you want to come on the show for? I got to finish this, lay it out. What you want? Come on, talk to me. So then we look at this guy from North Carolina who's now being introduced to a broader audience. You know what I mean? To a broader audience. to a broader audience. This, what you have to pay attention to. Because now the bait and switch is trying to take place. But we are ahead of the curve today. Now, what I got to share with you, that doesn't mean that people did not do legitimate work. That doesn't mean that people didn't move in a legitimate way at one time. I believe Malik Zulu Shabazz at one time was moving in a legitimate way when he was in Howard University. But just like any other job, we need a progress report. Just like the human body, it needs to go get a checkup every now and then. Just like your car needs maintenance, the leader who claims to be a freedom fighter needs to be looked at in that same respect. We need to get a checkup and see if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. We need to revisit and see if you are who you say you are. We need to see if anybody slipped through the cracks. This is freedom. This is our life. This is our people. This is our liberation. You feel me? This is our liberation. We don't play with this. Why should we play with this? Why should we take this lightly? Why should my brother Amun from Anubis, I asked him, do he know where the brother come from? And he say no. And we just move it like that. Why should we accept that? We should never accept that. We should never accept that. You know what I mean? If I ask a brother, you say, that's my God, that's my friend. And I say, well, where did he grow up at? And you look at me and you say, I don't know. I'm supposed to stand beside you with the burner against a known open enemy? And that's what I'm supposed to do. Brother David just said, thank you for putting out this fire commentary for our people. Absolutely. Thank you, Brother DJ Airman. Appreciate you. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? I'm supposed to stand beside you. This is a war going on, man. Man, we getting beat on all fronts. We getting beat up in this educational system. We getting beat up in the entertainment system. We getting beat up in the intellectual, social, wherever. And I supposed to just leave that alone? Nah, we're not going to leave that alone. Especially after you call me an agent. You're going to show and prove this. Because if you're going to prove I'm an agent, which you could never do, or I'm going to prove you are either an agent or just a maniac goofball. But all roads point to that you an agent, brother. You an agent, brother. That's what it looked like. And I don't mean to say agent because we throw that around lightly, but you are a imposter and possibly an informer. So let me give you some of the rundown of how. Let me give you some of the rundown of how these images are built in our community to validate themselves. All right. One thing that they all do, and you know it, and when I say it, you are going to know it to be a fact. One thing that all imposters do before they make their grand entrance as a representative of our community, you know what they do? They create a pass. And many of their past, as it relates to fighting for liberation, is always associated with rubbing elbows with somebody who's somebody. All you got to do is look back and you'll see. All you got to do is look back and you'll see. You'll see that whoever is an infiltrator, they have built this mystique of a past where the simple-minded person will accept it because they see them as more than what they truly are. What I'm trying to tell you is they build a pass to be accepted. So years before you even know, every time they see a celebrity, they take a picture with them. Brother Polite was famous for doing this. What Brother Polite would do is, when he went to Hollywood, he would stand out in front of one of the most prestigious hotels, act as if he's checking in, and he would take pictures with a lot of stars. Hopefully, he would spark up a conversation with these stars, and then he can try to enter into these circles with them. He ultimately did that with Mayweather. But before Mayweather, it was the basketball player that he took a lot of money from. But it's always trying to connect with people who are established to validate yourself. So when people look back, they can say, oh, he runs in those circles. He runs in those circles. He must be legit. He runs in those circles. Meta World Peace. There you go. There you go. Meta World Peace. And this is what they do. So it doesn't matter if it's a Bobby Brown or Doodoo Brown. If you run into a star, the objective is to take a picture. I got a homeboy that do that all the time. So he got a picture with Bobby Brown. He got a picture with Johnny Gill. This is what they do. And they try to validate themselves. But they try to validate themselves way before they are presented to the public. This is something that they go back on. And they say, look, I've been doing this. I've been doing this for a minute. You know what I mean? And the public don't know no better. So you see, who else did this? Taking a picture, putting his sign in Michelle Obama's hand. Is that classic? Is that classic? That's not original. Watch this. That's not original. Give me 1 second. That's not original. I forgot to pull up this one. But that's not original. Let me show you something. This is what they do to validate themselves. 1 second. Give me 1 second. If I could find it real quick. Man, they must have removed it. Hold up. Hold up. They must have removed it. Y'all remember that when Grandmaster Jay had that picture with Michelle Obama where he cropped himself in it? Anybody remember that? Anybody remember that? He cropped himself in it. We'll try to find it real quick. If I can't, I'm pretty sure y'all remember. I covered this story so long. Pretty sure y'all remember it. But if y'all don't remember it, there's a picture out there where he cropped himself in with Michelle Obama. And to the average person, it looked odd. You know what I'm saying? In fact, but nobody never said anything about it because nobody never really understood the psychology behind it. You see what I'm saying? Nobody never understood the psychology behind it. But the psychology is to put yourself next to people who are somebody they don't make their own name. They need to build themselves off of someone else. It's all made up. It's all an illusion. This is why I love Moorish science. This is why I love Moorish science. This is why I love Moorish science, because it helps me to see through the facade. It helps me to see through the illusion. And I have so much data in my head, so much study in my head, that when I see somebody, I try to give them the benefit of the doubt. And then I go back and look. And then I'm like, man, this is the same thing. This is the same exact thing. And the universal creator, whether you call him Jah, Allah, the Most High, whatever, the universal creator gives you the same truth over and over and over. It's up to you to understand that truth is one. And the doubt is of thine own raising. It's you that doubt that this is the same thing. The universal creator give it to you on a silver platter. All you got to do is remember, recall, and bring it back. As it say in the Quran, it said, bring to remembrance. Bring to remembrance. All you got to do is bring it back. Bring it back to remember. Just remember. It's all you got to do is just bring it back. It's in you. One thing that I teach in the temple, right? I mean, one thing I teach in the temple is that I can never teach anybody anything. I can only bring out that which is already in you. That's what I teach. As a Grand Sheikh, that's what I teach. I cannot teach anybody nothing. You have a soul that is of all truth. The knowledge that you read, the knowledge that you hear may help you articulate that which is already in you, but you already know. That's why when you hear it, you be like, I'm not teaching you nothing. I'm reminding you that which you already know. You know what I'm saying? That's right. I'm reminding you that, and this is all of humanity. All of humanity, they got the truth in them. Many people fight the truth tooth and nail. Many people have been lost so long, they think wrong is right. And so they live in their darkness self, and they will fight you from that dark place. But that don't change the fact. That doesn't change the fact that doubt is of your own raising. You're raising the doubt. But the universal creator, he gives it straight to you. She gives it straight to you. It will be right there for you. For those who have eyes to see and ears to hear. This is the same thing Jesus was talking about. That's why I don't believe people talking crazy about Jesus, talking crazy about Muhammad. One thing about the Moorish Science Temple of America, we don't look at things from a cultural perspective. We look at the essence of the truth, the unfiltered truth. What good did Muhammad say? What good did Jesus say? What good did Confucius say? What good did Buddha say? How can we unite that truth to bring us to understanding so we can move better, not just so we can say something slick? How can we unite what Jesus say to coincide with Muhammad said, because they come from the same creator? How can we coincide with Prophet Noble Drew Ali said to what Buddha said, or what Confucius said, or whomever you consider be a prophet, a seer, or a guru, or a magi? How can we unite that? That's Moorish science. When we say Allah is one, we say truth is one. That means there's only one truth. And that one truth comes from the one God, and you are part and parcel of that one God. It's in you. Trust me, it's in you. And we're going to bring it out, because I'm going to help you. I'm going to help remind you, because we're not crazy. You got people that thinking us from, you got, and I don't mean to be on my soapbox, but you got a group of people that bank on us thinking from the outside into the inside, when in fact we should be thinking from the inside. Meditation, contemplation, prayer. We should be thinking from the inside to the outward bounds of life. We shouldn't be working from the outside. Everything outside that you see, you actually bring inside so you can see. Y'all hear what I just said? Everything that you outside that you see, you actually, your eyes have to bring it inside so you can see. You understand what I'm saying? So there's nothing outside of yourself that supersedes that what's inside of yourself. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And this is what and people say, he don't teach Moorish science. Man, listen, I live this. I got, this is just how I am. It is what it is. So with that being said, so listen, how much, oh, we looking good. We looking good. We got about 20 minutes. So look, so they do things like this. And now they talking about guns. Now he has to walk around with 4 guns. Y'all see what's happening here? Y'all see what's happening here? Now the gun culture is at the forefront. Now he's standing around with 4 guns. The one before him, Grandmaster J, he was walking with 2. Do y'all remember that? Press 7 if y'all remember. I showed the video Grandmaster J walking with 2. Y'all see who would stand out and let somebody take a goofy picture of them like that? I'm telling you, this is all smoke and mirrors to grab your attention, to keep you interested in the illusion. I'm telling you, this guy is going to bamboozle and swindle thousands of people. I'm telling you, he's right at the door. He's right at the door of playing this role. And he might have done some good things before, but right now, I'm going to tell you what happened. This is what happens in our community. Many people that start off good intended, they don't intentionally go to the left. I mean, they don't intentionally go to the left. But in this freedom fighting, liberation, civil rights fight, it's not a whole bunch of money in it. It's not. Especially if you are not a God-fearing person and you are not connected to the universe and the ancestors, you ain't gonna have nothing coming. Because God, Allah, Jah, the Most High, take care of its own. If the bird can go out every day and find food and sustenance provided by the universal creator, then by all means, the universal creator will provide for you. Whether it's through your brother, whether it's through your sister, whether it's through your friend. But if your activism is genuine, the universal creator will provide for you by the way of his people. But if your activism is not genuine and you don't have no job, no trade, no other source of income, 9 times out of 10, you're going to sell out and take the check. Because number one, you wasn't genuine in the first place. Number two, you running around shucking and jiving. And you say, just like I said about the Boule, well, I'm doing this anyway. Yeah, we do need to catch this European Carolyn. We do need to catch her. MGM Studios is going to cut them a check. Oh, how much they going to give us, Malik? Such and such. All right, listen, yeah, we need to chase her anyway. Yeah, we need to get her anyway. MGM Studios cut the check, allegedly. And now the race is on. When you look at Dr. Ben, he passed away in a nursing home alone. There was no comforts next to him. Not what I seen. Only thing I seen was Sidnetta with his camera and a few brothers gawking at him to trying to get a few words out of him for a YouTube show. But this brother had traveled around the world. This brother sacrificed his whole life. And he passed away in a nursing home lonely. And many of our leaders fall like that. So these newcomers, they don't have no spiritual grounding. They're quick to sell out. And this is the way that they do. They're quick to sell out. They will put on these advertisements to act as if they are what everything that you are about. These are uniforms. These are advertisements. These are cartoons or costumes. You hear me? These are costumes to grab your attention. They cannot survive on their own merit. They got to do all of this buffoonery and all of this make-believe in order to grab your attention. This is nothing no different than a 1990 A&R campaign. Artist and repertoire for a rapper. This is what they do. Before you even knew the brother, this is what goes down. They even try to imitate any and everybody. See, listen, family. This is all a part of the scam to grab your attention, to get your support. And at the end of the day, get in your pocketbook, mislead you, and take you into another direction. This is by design, family. And if we're not careful, these people will come and lead the uninformed astray. I'm about to hit this street. I just need a couple security guards. That's all I need. I'm about to pay for me some security because I'm about to put people on point. I'm gonna start going to these rallies. We'll put y'all on point because this is insane. And who else did this? Who else? We know who else did that. We know who else did that. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It never changes. All you have to do is know history. History of a few years ago will show you that we are being infiltrated. You hear what I say? History of a few years ago will show you that we're being infiltrated. And it's governed by the Boule. So now, they are promoting now, save the date, Emmett Lewis Till. They are going to come together because whether you know it or not, they got the movie coming up in October. And the moment that I mentioned it, let me find it real quick. The moment that I mentioned it, these people, they begin to put it out. But I want to share something with you. Let me backtrack just a little bit. Let me backtrack just a little bit. Because this is insane. So when you look right here, the 24th, they're pushing Emmett Till's birthday on the 25th. And I'm telling you that the movie trailer dropped on, guess what date? The 25th. Now, before the movie trailer dropped, this is what he just put up today. They are promoting and pushing this thing. Before the movie trailer dropped, he first started promoting on this page, on the 24th. So where you see this 24 at, this means that he posted about Emmett Till back to back to back to back to back. You understand what I'm saying? What does that mean? You a troll talker, babe? No, what I'm trying to show you is a pattern. That whatever he was doing on the 24th, he dropped it. On the 24th, he dropped it. The trailer drops on the 25th. But they didn't mention the trailer on the 25th. I mentioned it on the 26th. And on the 27th, they ultimately posted. You hear what I say? And if you did the research like I just did, you will see that Malik did the same thing. Malik started a little earlier than him, though. And they were just pushing this thing. And so you got people running out, even today, running out on dummy missions, acting as if they're looking for the lady that had been complicit in the killing and murder of Emmett Till. Look at this.
The person she was married to, when they divorced, she moved on. Yeah, see, she moved on. So we don't know. We don't know where they moved.
So what is he saying? Who is he talking to?
He's talking to the sheriff.
What's the sheriff's name?
Mr. Gatekeepers.
So they go out there today on a dummy mission, acting as if they're doing a vigilante manhunt for this 80-year-old lady that Mississippi said that they're not going to prosecute. And listen to what the officers say. It's just unbelievable to me. Watch this. Hold up.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. We understand. Yeah, we already knew y'all knew we was coming.
Thank y'all for it.
Did you know we were coming today, sir?
Yes.
You did know?
Forewarning.
Well, you already
Based
knew
on
that, Queen.
social media.
You hear what he just said? I got full. She said, did you know we was coming? He says, yes. I got full warning based on social media. He's officer friendly. It's all good. But they're actually on some vigilante hunt for 80-year-old lady. Look at this. This is ridiculous.
Well, you already
Based
knew
on
that, Queen.
social media.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys.
It was broadcast.
Let me say this. Somebody say, what is the statute of limitations on murder? There is no statute of limitations, but Elwyn, Mississippi already decided last week, and even in December. In December, they decided that they wasn't going to prosecute. Last week, they also reiterated that they wasn't going to prosecute. So Elwyn, if they find this lady, what they going to do? Because they want to use the state's warrant now. You understand? They want to activate the warrant issued by Mississippi. But Mississippi saying that they're not going to prosecute. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's all a show. So all of this grandstanding, let me tell you something. If they were really trying to get prosecution, there we go, Elwyn. Now you with me. Useless unless they find new evidence. Exactly. And Malik, being a trained attorney, should be looking for new evidence, not sending people on wild goose chases. They're going to catch an abduction charge. Exactly. Now watch this.
Look looking for?
Yes, sir.
She ain't never lived here.
She ain't never lived here.
Never lived here.
And you FedEx, so you know.
Yeah, I live in that house.
Oh, you live in that house?
They done sent these people to an address. They ain't got enough intel to know that the man that they talking to actually live in the house. This is a paid, trained attorney who prides himself as a researcher to beat cases that he never beat. Listen to this. This is pathetic.
Looking for?
Yes, sir.
She ain't never lived here.
She ain't never lived here.
Never lived here.
And you FedEx, so you know.
Yeah, I live in that house.
Oh, you live in that house? Yes, sir. That's confirmation, sir.
Yeah, she ain't never lived here. My wife's dad married her. He left her.
Yes, sir.
Isn't it amazing how calm he is and people are at his house unannounced looking for someone that don't live there, and he just casually riding through explaining that she don't live there, she never lived there, you have police out there, etc., etc. Isn't that a bit odd or strange?
She was batshit crazy.
You live in this house, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
This Mike magazine.
Okay, so say that again, please, sir. You.
The lady that you're looking for does not live here.
Okay.
Yes,
Nor has she ever lived here.
Okay.
My wife's dad married her 30, I don't know, years ago.
Okay.
He's been dead for 20 years.
Yes, sir.
He left her because she was batshit crazy. She took for everything he had and everything else. But this was her dad's house prior to all that.
Okay.
When he was married to his first wife.
Uh-huh.
My wife has had this house ever since.
Okay.
We don't know this lady.
Okay.
Y'all see how ridiculous this is? Y'all see how ridiculous this is? Y'all see this? Malik and these people are acting as if that they have done something beautiful in communicating with someone at a dead-end road. In other words, I would be kind of upset. I would be feeling some type of way that I'm all the way out here at a house where you don't even know that the man that you talking to lives in the house. That is crazy. I'm telling you, this is the ultimate Boule trick of using our people. It's the ultimate Boule trick. The ultimate one. Those that's out there, they probably mean well. It probably ain't even dawned on them that they went on a wild goose duck hunt chase. It probably ain't even dawned on them. And that's the crazy thing about it. That's the crazy thing about it. And they out there duck hunting. You feel what I'm saying? Unbelievable to me. You know? But I'm going to tell you, family, you ain't got to believe anything I'm saying. You ain't got to believe somebody say, Malik Shabazz sending out crash dummies. Absolutely. And someone answers say, that sounds like they are wasting funds on a goose chase. They're not wasting funds. They're promoting hype around the movie Till that is put out by MGM Studios in October. They're going to keep on talking about it all the way up into October. Hey, family, I want you to remember this. After October, you will not hear nothing about this again. You hear what I said? Listen to me. After October, I promise you, you will not hear about Emmett Till anymore. I promise you that. If anybody watched me long enough, I said the same thing about Grandmaster Jay. I said after the election, it's over for Grandmaster Jay. The election happened in November. Grandmaster Jay was pulled out in December. And I'm telling you, after the movie comes out, you will not hear them talking about it anymore. However long the hype lasts around the movie, a week or two, I don't know the lifespan of movies, but however it lands, but once that hype is gone, you will not hear about Emmett Till any longer from Malik or this guy, John Barnett. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. Now, and what these people do, I'm telling you, this is the ultimate Boule trick. They get around people at a young age, taking flicks with Johnny Cochran. Now watch this. Taking flicks with Johnny Cochran. Even put on a bow tie and make himself the Savior's Day. Yet, he's a bona fide Christian. Makes himself, see, they put themselves around people. This is what they do. This is what they do. Because one day, these things will come in handy. He's not a member of the Nation of Islam. You see, he got his pass for Savior Day around his neck, most likely. Most likely he paid for the picture with Farrakhan. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. But this is what they do. This is exactly what they do. They build up a history. Malik is letting him through the gate. That doesn't mean that he didn't put in work for the last 5 years, but now it's graduation time. You follow me? And in the last 5 years, this was his boss. And I don't mean he worked for him for 5 years, but within the past 10 years, this was his boss. This was his boss. This is the same one that brought Tamika Mallory in. This is the same one that worked with the feds. This is the same one. This is his boss. The ultimate groomer of the manipulator. The ultimate groomer of the informer. The ultimate informant. The ultimate groomer. Skinning and grinning, smiling and beguiling like a Chessy cat. This is your leader. This is who gonna fight for you. And I'm not saying he didn't do no good works, but I'm gonna tell you, this smells of the sellout. Look at Al with Tamika. That's right. Al is the ultimate groomer. He's the ultimate groomer. And y'all can think it's a game if you want, but he's the ultimate groomer. And so, family, we better be aware. We better wake up. Because let me tell you something. We being attacked on all ends. All you got to do is question. All you got to do is ask. All you got to do is think. We being attacked on all ends. We could never be the people that experienced slavery if it wasn't for those that look like us helping to put us in that condition. And the only reason we stay in this place of oppression is because people are gatekeepers. People have no intentions to letting up because they need to eat at the expense of somebody else. I mean, the original people. Look at him up in there. That's what he doing. Skinning and grinning, smiling and beguiling. Look at him. Look at him. Can't wait till his turn. Can't wait till his turn. Unbelievable. Family, I hope y'all study this. I hope y'all share this. Can y'all share this? Everybody +7 if y'all can share this one time. I'm about to get out of here. I see y'all on Saturday or Sunday. No, Saturday. I got a big day Saturday, family. I got a big day Saturday. Oh, let me show you this, family. Also, I want to show you my website. Let me see. So I'm redoing my website, family. I got a lot of good stuff for you, family. I got a lot of good stuff for you on the website. The website is being built. I'm changing up some things. I will have posted new videos. I got new content. I showed Crip a little something that I had earlier today. Y'all gonna be surprised, but I got some new content coming. I mean, but I can't do it on here. And so I'm going to be consistent over there. And again, family, the membership on the website is $10, but you can stop it whenever you get ready. So don't be like, oh man, you ain't doing that. You can stop it whenever you get ready. You can also ask for a refund. I don't challenge anybody that's been on the website and they ask for a refund. You can find out that I don't challenge refunds. You know what I mean? We do it for the love. We do it for the love. So if you go and get a membership on the website, when I put this new content out next week, you will not be displeased. But anyway, so this is how the new website is opening up. The People's Network, TahakaBay.com, Moorish World TV on the front page. I'm going to add some more stuff to it. But I want y'all to see and check out, we got the hats. You know what I mean? We got the hats. We got the shirts. You know, we got the hot sauce. We got the, somebody had asked me for a picture of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And so that's up here. You know what I mean? You can order that. It's a digitized picture of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the one I got in the temple. You can order that. Also, if you are Moorish American, if you are interested, they got the Buddha Moor shirts. We got the Qurans and everything in here, shipping, let me stop it for a minute. Let me go to the page real quick. Shipping and handling is free. I mean, so, but in fact, let me stop fronting. It's not free. I added it in the product, period, point blank. I added the shipping in, and so it is what it is. That's the way that I priced it. So let me just go there real quick. I want to show you something, if I can. All right, there it is. So let me show you. So here, we're going to be uploading stuff here daily too. Daily. We got some nice stuff coming up here. We got some books coming that I know you will be interested in. We got the Divine Shine t-shirts. We got some more colors coming soon. We got the fitted hats. We got some more colors coming soon. That's the picture of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the digitized picture. We got the hot sauce here. We got the Buddha Moor shirts, the Qurans here. And I think in reality, I think everybody should consider getting a Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America. The wisdom is out of this world, and I think you would appreciate it. I mean, you don't got to be no proclaimed Moorish American. You ain't got to be none of that. The wisdom is out of this world. The wisdom is the wisdom of the ancients. It's just out of this world. You know what I mean? Yeah. My stuff is trademarked. Also, I wanted to say this for those who are interested in Moorish American research. If we have Moorish Americans in here, if you're interested in Moorish American research, I'm going to have this page here, and I got to spice it up just a little bit. Give me a second. I got to spice it up right here. Over here is some of my research that I have. Hold up one second. I got to spice it up so it can be understood better. So you can get the Divine Constitution and Bylaws, but right here, you can get the Moorish Guides. You know what I mean? You can get the Moorish Guides newspapers. Now, the Moorish Guide, for those who are Moorish Americans, the Moorish Guides newspapers are the newspapers that was put out by Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I think I have the biggest collection of the Moorish Guide newspaper. I don't think it's a Moorish American that got more of the old newspapers than I have. And I have them, they're $1 a piece, $1 a page, but I sell them by $10 bundles for your research, And I mean, and And in reality, Moorish Americans should definitely consider looking at these Moorish guys newspaper, because after you look at these Moorish guys newspaper, you can't be fooled anymore. Can't nobody lie to you no more. You know what I mean? Because you'll actually see exactly what the Moors was doing under Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And then you will see why I do what I do. Then you will see why I do what I do. You will understand why I'm so loud. You will understand why I'm so inspired. You will understand why I believe, have confidence and faith in, that the Moorish Science Temple of America aligns itself with the Pan-African ideal, the indigenous ideal, the true essence of what it is to be a Hebrew, the true essence of what it is to be indigenous Moor, or a one from the diaspora of Africa. I mean, I see it all through the lens of Moorish science. That means I'm not going to be quoting some of these fugazi Pan-Africanists that's all hooping and hollering and talking crazy. I'm not going to be quoting them. I may not be quoting some of the Hebrew Israelites as it relates to read the Bible. I may not be doing that, but I look for the universal truth in things, and I see it through the lens of the Moorish Science Temple of America. And for those who are listening to Moors online, I'm telling you, those newspapers will shut them down. All that dumb stuff that they talk, shut them down. Because Prophet Noble Drew Ali never acted in the capacity that they act today as it relates to sovereignty and all of that weirdness. And as I talked about Marcus Garvey, many people that say that they represent Pan-Africanism or the red, black, and green, many of them haven't even studied Marcus Garvey. Many of them haven't even studied Marcus Garvey. And the way that most of these brothers and sisters act, flying that red, black, and green flag, I don't think the UNIA would have anything of it. Real talk. Real talk. I don't think they would have anything of it. We need to get ourselves together. We need to clean ourselves up. Happy Holy Day for all Muslims all over the world. Happy Friday to my family and friends. Thanks to my sister Yasmin. No, they're copies. They're digital copies, digital downloads. They're digital downloads. You know what I'm saying? They're digital downloads, but they're nice and crisp. In fact, I'll show you what it looked like. Let me see if I can. Moorish guy. The PDF downloads. Let me see if I can find one real quick. I'll show you what it looked like. I mean, very Moorish guy. Okay, here we go. Let me show you what it looked like real quick. I'm gonna open one up if I can find the window. Okay, here we go. So let me share this if I can get it out real quick from a guy. Bam. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? I think it's right here. No, that ain't it. Hold up. Here we go. All right. Here we go. So this is what they look like right here. So this is an old one right here. This is a sheet right here. That's just, oh, there it is. So it comes out in a PDF. You follow me? And I got them all, they all laid out nice and neat. You can stretch them. Hold up. So right here. So for example, like right here, when you look at what the Prophet Noble Drew Ali wrote, Islam is a very simple faith. It requires man to recognize his duty toward God Allah, his creator, and his fellow creatures. You follow what I'm saying? It teaches the supreme duty of living at peace with one's surrounding. It is preeminently the religion of peace. The very name Islam means peace. The goals of man life, according to Islam, is peace with everything, peace with Allah and peace with man. The Quran, the holy book of Islam, tell us the final abode of man is the house of peace, where no vain word or sinful discourse will be heard, etc., etc. But yeah, you can stretch it. I mean, and it's going to be so legible. They're just old. But it's for me, what it did for me, I tell you what it did for me is once I did the research and I was able to obtain them, I was able to look at what people say, and then I look at what was being taught then, and I said, man, this is garbage what y'all talking about. That's why I take all challenges. I be like, man, this is garbage. I mean, what y'all talking about? That ain't Moorish science. What are you talking about? Trying to get a driver's license? Man, what? Nah, man. Trying to get out paying taxes on a candy bar? Like, for real? I watched the guy the other day, he put a post up, and I'm gonna put the link to this shirt. The link for this shirt will be in the comment section. When this go down, check tomorrow. It will be in the comment section. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? I'm watching a guy on Facebook. He posts a receipt where he didn't have to pay taxes, and I think he had like a candy bar, a bag of chips, and I'm like, that's what it come to. Saving $2.50. That's what it's all about. That's what nationality all about. That's what the Moors are. For real. Well, with that being said, family, appreciate y'all. Thank you, Crip. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I ask everybody to share this. Thank you to Miss Betty Teaches, Zenzuna, Demetria, Sister Crosby, Miss Awaken, Abazu, homie that shot Ricky. That's right. Current Bell, everybody. Sean, my sister Maymuda not in the building, but she might be in the background. Thank you too. That's right. Mike Jones. Thank you too. And thank my sister Yasmin. Thank everybody, family. If I forgot you, Elwin and everybody, man, thank you, man. I see y'all on Saturday, man. I got a big event on Saturday, and I'll be live like 4 or 5 times on Saturday. I got a huge event on Saturday. We're gonna be out in the public. Man, we gonna be turned up on Saturday. We're gonna be turned up. I'm gonna take y'all behind the scenes of how I get down in the community on Saturday, family. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. That's right. Thank you, Crip. Crip say respect to the donations and the mods. And family, let me tell you, what you don't know is that I definitely respect every dollar support, you know, because I actually invest and I try to make sure that I can keep this going. I wanna walk away from home improvement one day. You know what I'm saying? And I want to do this full time. I'm tired right now. I was tired last night, but I'm going to make sure that we stay on the devil head. We're going to beat this devil back to the ground, and we're going to keep our foot on him so he can't get back up and play us. You know what I mean? We're going to beat this devil to the ground. I mean, it says to Harker Bay.
He says to Harker Bay, Toronto Johnson, I call for a Moorish court on brother Toronto Johnson and anybody who's trying to get him out the bed with this scandal, with these videos of me and my wife defrauding the people.
Check it.
I never saw my brothers and sisters serving these packages when I was with Daweed Ali and them and Taj and them used to come to Chicago.
I laid them old boys to rest. They was dead asleep anyway. Sleepwalking. They keep talking. I probably kept the charge and I don't care what any say. Yeah, I'm the people's grand chief and the people's grand chief. Ain't seen a man I can't beat. Only the gods is my equal. You mortals, you just my sequel. You just my sequel. What the 85ers? Dip divers? Trying to symbolize us? You already dead. Who done got up in your head? Rent free. You wanna know who sent me? Who sent you? Leg, head. I tried to pull you out the bed, but you got up all groggy. Started talking real crazy, eyes foggy. Couldn't see through the fog. Then I had to bring the dogs. Barking all up in your ear. Acting like you don't care. Oh, you don't care? Like you don't preserve life. Oh yeah. And you really don't care, right? Oh, you don't care, right? Well, we gon' really check that. Bet that. Respect that. They was sleepwalking anyway. I'm the people's grand sheik. I ain't seen a man I can't beat. I laid them young boys to rest. They was sleepwalking anyway. I would take you on any day. Michigan, New York, Cali, where you at? What you thought? From that town to Baltimore, everybody on the road is all raw. They ready, choppers. I don't really think you want the problem. Hold up, wake the thought up. Back to Allah, hey. I try to get him out the bed, sleepwalking anyway. Sleepwalking anyway. Wake up, keep talking. Sleepwalking anyway. Wake up, I don't care what any say. Nobody. I'm the people's grand sheep and the people's grand sheep. I ain't seen a man I can't beat. Never. You mortals, you just my sequel. You mortals, you just my sequel. Only equals is the gods. You mortals, that's my sequel. I see dead people. Hey. I see dead people. I lay them old boys to rest. They was dead sleep anyway.
I never saw my brothers and sisters serving me packages when I was with Gatekeepers.
I lay them young boys to rest. They was dead sleep anyway. Hey, people scream shit. I ain't never met a man that I can't beat. No, the gods is my only equal. That's it. You mortals, you just my sequel. That's it.
I call for a Moorish court on brother Toronto Johnson and anybody who's riding with him with this scandal or with these videos of me and my wife frauding the people.
I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember, that's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. If you a friend of the Moors, then you a friend of mine. I was told to watch my enemies, now hold my line. Those that speak against the prophet, they speak against me. And I'm speaking about the prophet over Drew Ali, who was the first to remind you and bind you back to Morocco, the mountains, Mississippi, and Quebec. Told you you wasn't black, proved it was straight fact. You tripping off trucks, you need to be tripping off that. Now here we go again, acting like you a slave. Family, see y'all tonight, 9:30. Let's go. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law